staying in the yard, shall we go on to our grass cutting? Now, even though we've had a lot of rain, or not a lot of rain, the grass has been growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes.
And you do know that bamboo is a form of grass.
I did not
It is
know
a
that.
grass.
Get out of town.
And I
did
can't
not
tell you
know
what
that.
scientific name it is. So, folks, I just wanted to go over the bamboo issue that we have in our backyard. So we've always had bamboo issues, right? On both sides, we have the smaller species of bamboo, by the driveway and where by our neighbors. Okay. And they're, the stalk is like that.
Okay.
This bamboo here, which is on that far left corner of our
Right.
property, if you're looking out the back door, far left corner, neighbor's pool's back there. I don't know. Can you see my cursor on there? Yeah. Okay. So behind that fence is our neighbor's pool. And over the last few years, this different species, and I can't pronounce the name because it's 35 letters long, of bamboo, which is, 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter, some of them, and they grow to 30, 40 feet tall. That has been sprouting up in that back corner. And look right down here. Now, this is our yard, starting to get into our yard. Yeah, it's a little messy because it's spring, the forsythia is looking a little ratty and this, that, and everything. But so this is what those sprouts look like. Here and there and there. Now, all of these sprouts could potentially grow to about 30 to 40 feet.
Wow.
And, this one here, that sprout is like 10 feet into our grass.
They must, I guess they run subterraneously.
And you see the root system. And I knew that this was going to happen because back over the winter, I could see some, they surface a little bit and go back down. They surface a little bit and come back down. So I go around and I kick all these. I think probably what I will do is also take my shovel and dig down and break each one of those runners that I see.
Right.
Now, that won't necessarily kill it. However, just like grass, if you just keep cutting it, cutting, it will eventually die.
Yes, right.
Now, I'm not going to kill all that big bamboo back there.
No.
But what I just want to do is keep it back there and not on our yard.
Right.
So, and just like the bamboo, the smaller species on either side of our yard, I've been able to maintain that pretty well. So this type of bamboo you see on the roadways, you see in people's yards, and it will literally, as you were jokingly alluding to, it could creep right up to our house.
Yeah.
We just let it go. We just,
I used to watch a program listen to a radio program. It was a gardening show, and it was got to be maybe 20 years ago. I started listening to that, and the guy was saying maybe it was 20 years ago that bamboo became popular as a property break, edging and all that kind of stuff. But he was just saying how invasive it is and how hard it is to get rid of once you get it.
Yeah.
So I really doubt there's a whole lot of places now that you can get bamboo just because people have found out once you get it.
Yeah, I think it is illegal. It's become an invasive species. Now, I guess there's clumping bamboo and there's running bamboo.
Okay.
The clumping is generally safe.
Okay.
However, you need to make sure it's clumping.
Yeah.
Like because if not, I've read stories where people thought it was clumping and end up kind of spreading itself. But like you're saying, the running bamboo, I was reading last night that there was a species brought to, just like I was showing you, brought to Georgia in like the 1870s.
Oh, it's been that long. Okay.
Yeah, as a ornamental, whatever barrier type thing. And then, of course, it's spreading all over. So, and there's different types of bamboo. When we think of bamboo, we typically think of tropics and all that stuff.
Right.
But there is a bamboo that can survive in like all the way up to Canada.
Wow.
Different species all the way down. So some bamboo struggles to survive in heat above 90 degrees or so forth. And then there's bamboo that struggles to survive below 20 degrees below zero, but there's plenty of bamboo that can fit each one of those different climates, which is kind of crazy. So there's bamboo north and south, up and down.
So I was go back to that one picture of the sprouts, the first sprout. And as you know, it takes me back to those things on the beach at Kentmore that would pop up.
This thing here?
Yeah. And what did I used to say? Think you can eat those things? That's the first thing I thought when I looked at that. It's like,
Yes,
you can eat them.
You can eat bamboo sprouts.
Bamboo shoots are the edible shoots of bamboo plants that are featured in many types of Asian cuisine. The shoots are typically peeled before consumption, as exterior has a woody, thick texture and can be difficult to chew. They can be found in many forms, including dried, fresh, or canned. And then it says this other question: can humans eat raw bamboo shoots?
Yeah.
Well, this one it said something. When eaten raw, bamboo shoots contain a toxin that produces cyanide in the gut.
Oh, so
Well, it
eat
says
'em raw.
I guess I lost the other thing. How do you remove cyanide from bamboo shoots? And it says hydrogen cyanide can be removed by further processing, such as cooking, baking, boiling, or roasting, or fermenting the bamboo shoots. Slicing strips liberates the cyanide, which can be, so you wouldn't eat them raw anyway. So
Right. Yeah.
But I was just thinking, it's like, remember those little things?
Mhm.
They must be similar to
well, that was a grass, right?
yeah,
the
okay,
reed down
yeah,
there?
right, yes, okay.
I mean, so it's related somehow. But I think of that often, and I don't. These here look like they would be edible.
Mhm.
The other bamboo that we have, comes up. It's a whole lot thinner than that, so I don't know if it would be worth it.
So this is the bigger stuff.
This is the bigger
Okay,
stuff
okay.
here, and then it just grows in diameter as it grows. But so anyway, if you have bamboo folks, and I've done a few different videos on my other YouTube channel, Lenderman Shop. So if you want to check out Lenderman Shop, and I have like 3 or 4 different videos of over the years of me kind of managing bamboo. Because again, I have neighbors on all sides who have bamboo. There's no way that I will get rid of the bamboo. But if I can at least maintain it and manage it, then that's
This thing I was listening to said also you can put, now it can be ugly, it's going to kill everything, but rubber mats, like thick rubber mats, you lay over the entire surface, and it just they won't get lighted eventually.
Yeah, and there's other things that you can do. And there's other herbicides that say will work, like the really, really strong stuff.
Yeah,
that will work.
If
But
you don't
then
really
you're going to wipe out the entire. And putting a mat over all this it's just not possible.
Yeah, I know.
And
if your neighbors have it, like you said,
it's going to keep coming over. I'll never stop it.
So you could, even the tall stuff, you could cut it down to the fence, plant grass seed, and then just go over there. You might not want to walk over there.
Right. Well, that's what I did over by our.
All the time.
Okay, so over by our shed, along that fence over there, that used to be all bamboo. I cut it all down, planted grass seed, and I just mow it. I just mow it and keep up with it.
Yeah.
And then you do see a lot of dead stuff in there, dead roots, dead runners, and all that. But you also see some of the new stuff coming up again. So you
cut it down.
Just keep cutting it like grass, and then it'll eventually die because it needs photosynthesis.
Right, it needs to green
survive.
stuff. Yeah.
So
okay.
All right, so that's our segment on bamboo. If you have bamboo, folks, then just cut it down, mow it, or
boil it.
Or boil it. There you go. Let's move on. We also wanted to talk